Hi, this is Salil Zaveri. Thank you for watching this video segment. In this particular segment, I would like to explain why I feel I and my specialists may be able to help you best. First of all, I think most people are very concerned about who to trust. When you do business with someone, it's important that you can trust them. Trust comes from demonstration, not just saying, "Trust me." And in my 36 years, I've done several things that have made my clients more comfortable by action rather than words. I started in 1978 in the insurance business. My dad brought me into it. My mom was already in the business as well. And the two of them were teaching me the insurance business since I was 9 years old when my mom and dad came to this country. My dad got into the insurance business in 1969 when he first came here from India. I was 9 years old. I've been learning from him ever since. He's been talking about it in the house to my mom, who he also brought in the business. So when they were conversing, I was overhearing all this. It's kind of in my blood, insurance. So first, the experience that I have is something that would be helpful to you, because I've been hearing about this since I was 9. I'm 54 now. That's a lot of years of insurance talk. And I'll pass it on to you and keep it simple for you. So on the trust side, first, I know that I've gone through seeing a lot of clients suffer through having underinsurance. Some had overinsurance. Some had the wrong plans. These are not my parents' doings, but these are competitors' doings that they had to fix. And I've seen how they fixed it. I can fix whatever's been sold to you. So on the trust side, I will make sure that you're getting the best value. It's important to me when I shop. When I go out to get something, I buy from places that I know I can return the product if I'm not happy. You can do the same with me. If there's something I sell you and it's not appropriate, there's all kinds of compliance and rules to protect you that I will convey to you and I will utilize to help you get the right thing. As I mentioned before, I started in the insurance business in 1978, and I had started with a company that was extremely competitive. They were the best in the business. But over time, that competitive edge diminished because everyone else is not sitting still. The other companies were chasing them, and at one point, one of the other companies went right past them for a number of reasons, contractual provisions and so on. If I would have stayed on at my first company, I would have kept the residuals. I would have been paid forever, even today, for that business. But instead, I chose to leave that company, swallow the residuals, not earn any more, and benefit the client by going with a new company. The new company was able to provide the new clients coming in a better value. I was also able to go back to the previous clients and show them the differences. And some benefited from making a change. So my interest was always in the client, not the residuals. I did the same thing again. 10 years later, the company again that I went to, someone else passed them by. Again, today, I would have been getting paid from 10 years with each of those companies. That's 20 years of residuals, but I chose not to do that. I chose to walk away from the second company because they didn't keep up. I went to becoming an independent broker because I learned from the first two experiences that things change. Companies change their vision. Companies change their products. Other companies outperform them. And as that happens, it's important for me to always worry about my customers. I go back to the customers and I explain what's changed, what's better. And the same is true, for example, with cell phones. If I had given you a cell phone, if that was my business, the original big phones that we used to have, today you would still be using that. If you trusted me to go with the advice and I gave you the wrong thing, you wouldn't know any better. In cell phones, everybody knows. It's changing, it's all around us. The insurance policies get buried in a closet or in a safe. And you would never know because the insurance companies will never come back to you and say, "Hey, our prices went down. We're going to give new customers a lower price and you keep paying the old price." That's how it works. They'll contractually charge you what they sold you. They won't raise your premium. They won't lower your premium. In some cases, they will raise it, but they won't lower it. So understanding the differences between companies is important. So choosing me would benefit you because my concern is not just to sell you today, but it's to keep you up to date on not just the products and the companies, but also the benefits. Because there's certain benefits and riders that are added over time. They don't exist today, but companies will think of these riders. I will bring you those riders added to the policies if applicable, often at no charge because companies offer these sometimes at no charge. The problem is that people are never notified. Again, by the companies not notifying them. Most agents who work in my industry, they leave the business. And when they leave the business, the policies just sit in the closet. The new agent doesn't really care, and you get neglected. So it's important to do business with someone that's been in the business, staying in the business, has experience, and thinks the way I think. Because it's important for you to always have up-to-date products. Another reason to work with me instead of working with others in my industry is I'm an independent broker. I represent all of the competitive companies, and not only that, I have specialists that I've sought out that are the best in the business for that particular product or service. For example, if you wanted to get long-term care insurance, it would be important to speak to someone that sold several dozen of those, if not hundreds, rather than someone who sold just a few. Because when someone has sold many, they experience things in underwriting that they learn how to get the next client the better deal. Then some of those clients go through claims, and claims have wrinkles. As you know, companies don't always pay what they said they would for various reasons. And so it's important that clients work with a specialist that is experienced, not just selling, but servicing and claims. And that's what I do. I seek out the best people in each specialty that have full experience in all three areas: selling, servicing, and claims. If you just buy from anyone, you could end up getting all kinds of problems. You become the guinea pig. So it's important to work with people who are experts, like in medicine. If you go to see a doctor, you don't want a doctor performing surgery on you that just started out, or they might have done under a dozen of that procedure, because they're going to probe around, create more damage, and then you're going to regret, that you went to that person. So it's important to look at credentials. My specialists have all the credentials. I have 36 years of experience, which brings you 2 specialists for the price of 1, because my specialist and I share the revenue. We're not charging you double. We're working together as a team. And I have 67 specialists, various parts of the country, various specialties, and these are the best people. I can vouch for them. And that's important. I want to give you the best people. I sought them out, and when you work with them, you'll see why I sought them out, and we'll work together to help you. Another thing I would like to address is what's important to you is what's important to me. I, as an independent broker, represent you. I don't represent the company. I look out solely for your best interest. You become my client, and you are the one who are retaining me as your consultant. That's not true of an agent, or if you do business with your stockbroker for insurance, or with a banker. An insurance agent, a banker, a stockbroker works for a certain entity. Their role is to be profitable for that entity. They're going to select certain products, their single product or series of products or a series of strategic alliances that are profitable for them. They're not going to look at the entire marketplace. They're not going to go look at 1,500 insurance companies and come back to you and share with you the findings. They're going to tell you what they think is best, why they chose to work with that company, and that's it. You're not getting to look at the rest. Agents, stockbrokers, bankers get bonuses. The more they sell of their own product and the less they sell of their strategic alliance partners, the more they're paid. If they sell 90% of the policies with their own company and 10% with their strategic alliance, they are likely to get a higher bonus than if they were to do 90% with the strategic alliance partner and 10% with their own carrier. The person who plays ball with that company gets a bigger office, gets better vacations, gets more secretarial support, gets a bigger pension. So many benefits. So when they sit down with you and they tell you to buy something, there's bias. They're thinking about what's in it for them. They're not just thinking about what's in it for you. I get paid about the same from every carrier. I pay for my own office space. I get no retirement benefits from any company. I work on my own schedule. I don't have a boss except for you. And I do what I have to do to win the case, which is to show you all the competitors side by side, help you understand what the differences are between companies, because I'm not going on any trip because I sell one product over the other. It's important for me to win the case and to get more referrals from you. The last point I want to address is it's important to spread your risk. There's some agents in my industry, for the sake of recognition and to get those higher bonuses, are writing certain clients large amounts of insurance all with the same company. That's dangerous. If you think about it, if I was a branch manager of a certain bank and I asked you to put $5 million in one bank account, you know that FDIC covers $250,000. If that bank for some reason fails, you have no protection on anything over the $250,000. That would not be wise to put all your eggs in one basket. Similarly, I would suggest your life insurance or other types of insurance, when applicable, should be placed with various carriers. So if I was insuring you for a large amount, I would spread the risk by having 2 or 3 or 4 carriers. Because I'm independent, because I'm not worried about my bonuses or vacations or special secretarial allowances, retirement benefits from any particular company, I will mix and match with your involvement the best products and come up with a portfolio of coverage. By having these multiple policies, we will have better peace of mind for you, your family, if any single company denies the claim, and they could. Let me explain what happens. Sometimes you, on the application, could write down that you have not seen a certain doctor because you forgot. You could have left something out on the application. You might have seen 20 doctors in your lifetime. And they're asking you, who did you see? Who are your doctors? And you name 3. You forget some of the others. Now the application goes in, they approve the policy, it gets issued, and it's in your safe deposit box or at home, wherever you keep it. I suggest you keep it somewhere handy so your family can access it. But going back to the point of when the claim occurs. When the claim occurs, the claims department of that company may say, hey, you forgot to tell us about a certain doctor. And that means you were hiding something from us. And they want to turn around and not pay. They'll give your family a hard time. They'll say, no, we're not paying. Now your family will have to retain a lawyer. It'll take time, maybe years, to collect that claim. Well, if we had multiple policies, every company won't have the same attitude. We could have collected on 3 claims and fought the 4th one. Or collected all 4 if we're lucky. So it's important to not put all our eggs in the same basket. And if you notice your own portfolio policies, if you've been sold already by other agents, they sold you one thing. They put everything in one place, they got high recognition, they got high bonuses, and you ended up having less peace of mind. So let's work together and diversify your portfolio of insurance. In summary, I would like to say thank you for listening. And the 3 things that I feel when I'm buying that are important to me in deciding are, I need to trust someone. Whoever's advising me, I need to know they have my best interest at heart. I hope you'll think we do have your best interest at heart. Second, competence. Training is critical. There are many people who may have approached you in the past and will in the future for insurance. Friends, family who get into the business. It's important to deal with someone that has the experience and the training, because a claim can be denied someday. And we don't want your family to struggle because the proper T's and the I's weren't done correctly. The third thing is confidentiality. Everything you ever talk to me about would never be discussed with anybody else. I don't discuss it with my family. I wouldn't discuss it with your family. If we have mutual friends, it wouldn't be discussed. I am very, very concerned about keeping everything you tell me between you and I. If you give me information, I will use that information to get you the best value, to get you the right amount of coverage. Let me give you an example. Disability income. That's an area most people are not doing enough of. So if, let's say you tell me that you earn only $100,000 and you really earn, let's say, $125,000. That $25,000 wouldn't be covered because you never told me about it. I can't cover what you don't disclose. You got to tell me what's important to you, your contents, your life insurance has to be structured correctly, your disability insurance has to be structured correctly, contents in your home have to be structured correctly. Everything that you give me, I will make sure I protect, and it'll remain confidential. I hope you'll think of me and my team so that the insurance we structure for you is the best value, not too much, not too little, just the right amount, and up to date. Thank you.